With your latest news, I'm April Cummings. Chief Medical Officer Dr. John Lee reports 232 COVID-19 tests carried out since our last report on Tuesday. There were no positives in the results. The islands have 11 known active cases of COVID-19, 10 asymptomatic, 1 symptomatic, and no hospitalizations. There are no known cases of local transmission. There have been 83,221 COVID-19 vaccinations given in all in the islands. Of these, 44,691, that is 69% of 65,000, have had at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, and 59%, that's 38,550, have completed the two-dose course. The pressure is eased somewhat with the announcement by government Tuesday that the Health Services Authority will be able to utilize all doses of the country's COVID-19 vaccine before it expires at the end of June. And the governor is thanking the community for stepping up.
As a result, the UK has agreed to send us a further consignment of the Pfizer vaccine.
So far, the Cayman Islands has received approximately 88,000 doses from the UK, and His Excellency Martin Roper says on June 16th, Cayman will get an additional delivery.
This means that all those college students arriving back in Cayman from overseas can now be vaccinated when they get out of quarantine. We expect that the new doses will not expire until the end of September.
He adds that Cayman's vaccination rate is one of the highest in the world.
And of course, the higher that rate goes, the more confidence we can have about safely reopening our borders. And for anyone who has yet to come forward for their vaccine, I encourage you to do so now.
For the latest vaccination clinic schedule, head to radiocayman.gov.ky and click on Community Events. Secondary exams have been pushed back by 2 weeks. The Ministry of Education announced the 2021 sitting of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate exams will now start on June 28th. This in keeping with the recommendation by regional educators during a recent council meeting. Minister for Education, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Conley, tells Radio Cayman she fully supports the move.
I am pleased that CXC has approved the recommendation put forward by the regional educators. This decision underscores our shared interest of ensuring that each candidate has adequate opportunity to prepare for his or her examinations despite the challenges brought on by COVID-19 pandemic. I am confident that our students will capitalize on this added opportunity to prepare for the upcoming examinations.
In addition to the delayed examination start dates, the regional exam body has extended the deadline for submitting school-based assessments to June 30th. Inspectors see improvement at John Gray High School, with the Educational Center netting a good rating. Radio Cayman's Carsley Fuller explains.
Back in October 2018, John Gray High School was assessed as providing a satisfactory education to students. But the team at the Office of Education Standards saw marked improvement when they returned just this past April. What the school does well, the school has secured strong improvements in attainment and progress through focused teaching, mentoring, and good use of student assessment data. Students display positive behavior around the school and in lessons. There's a broad range of curriculum and extracurricular activities to enrich students' educational experience. Civic and environmental understanding are promoted well by the school, and there is, quote, excellent leadership with exceptional student leadership. Recommendations going forward include raising attainment for the low ability students, including those with special needs who are still not achieving their potential through the support program, implementing the new Key Stage 3 curriculum to increase challenge and use the improved subject facilities in the new building to offer high-level specialist work. It's also recommended that they ensure communication between school and home is, quote, consistent and effective so that parents can better support their child's learning and increase the use of new technology to facilitate contact between parents and the school. You can find the full report online at oes.gov.ky. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Carsley Fuller.
Astor Caribbean Holdings says it's received full written approval from the Central Planning Authority for both its planned area development in West Bay and its application to commence clearing and filling the site, ready for construction to begin on its 160-bed hospital, tertiary and quaternary hospital. Radio Cayman's Dion Anglin has more.
The applications were heard at the meeting of the CPA on May 12th. MedCity Project Director Jean Thompson says it makes business sense to be low carbon and low consumption, but but the group plans to also preserve water features, focusing on local flora and devoting more of the development to open space than required. Approval of the PAD and clear and fill applications allows site development to commence, ready for hospital construction, subject to obtaining the necessary individual planning approvals. Speaking at the CPA meeting, Mr. Thompson said all local regulations and codes would be adhered to, as well as the latest international standards where applicable for waste management, stormwater management, and hurricane for seismic security. He says the medical facility will be a JCI accredited facility, which means they will be adopting the highest possible standards in order to achieve that. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Dion Anglin.
Health City Cayman Islands, meantime, says it's full steam ahead for them and their $100 million medical campus expansion at Camana Bay. Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego has more on that.
Health City Cayman Islands has been given the green light to begin clearing the land at the site of its planned Camana Bay project. The Cayman Islands Department of Planning provided that approval last week. A press release Wednesday states Health City Camana Bay will be located to the south of Cayman International School at the intersection of the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway and the new Airport Connector Road. It will be the first hospital in the region to offer bone marrow transplantation and CAR T-cell therapy. The Advanced Oncology Department will include medical oncology, surgical oncology, and radiation oncology. Officials confirmed the full 70,000 square foot expansion is estimated to take up to 18 months to complete, and the hospital will include a specialized neonatal intensive care unit, a service they say will be of great benefit to Cayman and the wider Caribbean. Health City has already established a footprint in Camana Bay with the opening of its clinic early in May. The clearing and filling work at the Camana Bay site will commence on June 22nd. Chief Business Officer at Health City Cayman Islands, Shamari Scott, notes the organization is excited to see this first step forward in the progress towards the construction of a comprehensive, highly specialized hospital that will reduce and, in some cases, eliminate the need for traveling off-island to receive the highest quality care. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
More green options popping up in Georgetown, with Cricket Square now launching a dedicated bus service for tenants who live in the eastern districts.
With an increased demand for parking spots, the heavy traffic coming in from eastern districts, and the environmental concerns, we were keen to provide our tenants with an alternative to driving in every day.
Operations Manager at Orchid Development, Jeremy Superfine, tells Radio Cayman initially the bus service will travel from Spots Dock via Grand Harbor and South Sound Dock and on to Cricket Square. In addition, children who attend either Cayman Prep and High School or St. Ignatius Catholic School can also hop on the bus with their parents and be dropped off at school. The air-conditioned buses also provide free Wi-Fi on board. This comes after a successful trial run of the program during government's Car-Free Week.
We will adapt our schedule and service depending on the demand and uptake for the service. We're open to all options that help reduce traffic and the demand for parking.
In addition, Bird electric scooters and Cayman cycles are now located on site at Cricket Square, and plans are afoot to provide solar-powered electric car charging stations for tenants and visitors to use. A breeding pair of Cayman Brack Amazon parrots have hatched their third Brack parrot chick at the Cayman Turtle Center. CTC became the first facility in the world to successfully breed the Brack parrot during the COVID-19 lockdown. Local veterinarians have given the newest parrot a clean bill of health, and the chick has been named Junior by caretakers until it has fledged from the nest and the sex can be determined, at which time they'll give it a permanent name. That is your latest local news from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.